Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to work on week 16 in my 2023 Project Life album. First up, I'm just going to apologize for my voice. I'm at the tail end of a cold that just will not quit, and I barely have a voice left, so let's see how we go today. Week 16 was the week. You can see here that we got Pearl, a little sister. This is Willow. She came home with us this week, so I decided that I would just do a page that was really similar to the page that I did for the week we got Pearl, which meant a 6x8 enlargement. And I will say, Willow came home with us at the end of week 16, and she was a little bit shyer than Pearly was, so there are not a great deal of good quality photographs of her from this particular week. In fact, this is it. This is the one. Shane picking her up, bringing her home. She's got beautiful little blue eyes, and so this kit was perfect because there's so many kind of pops of blue in there, and so I really just want to play up the kind of colorfulness of it. And actually that's kind of reminiscent of that page that I did for Pearl as well. So I've got a few other little photos in there. The photos that I used for Pearl's week were just of Pearl, but I've popped another couple of extras in there. And I didn't realize when I picked this kit to use this week that it had these little cat illustrations in it. So it's kind of like it was meant to be. I've used a really bright colourful floral for my title card, and I've picked another kind of bright rainbow stripe to just create a little kind of filler card like I did for Pearl's week. And the other two cards I kept a little bit lighter so as not to kind of overwhelm the page. And then I've picked this really pretty light blue to do my journaling on. So I'm just going through the few kind of little die cuts, and a lot of them were almost kind of travel themed, so they weren't super appropriate, but I did find a flower which I thought was really pretty. It's the same kind of blue, but it also ties that title card kind of back together again. There was a little banner shape that I'm going to use on the actual title card, and then I just pulled out kind of an asterisk in a limey kind of green, and then I fussy cut the wee cat out of that 3x4 card. There was a smaller version of the cat in those little die cut pieces, but it was kind of in a circle. I liked the size of this card one, so I've just trimmed him out. And then I'm going to adhere these little die cut pieces down sort of tone on tone, I guess, or as close as I can to the colors in the stripe anyway. So the blue closer to the blue end, and the yellow orange cat closer to the orange stripe, and then the wee green one on the green piece there. And then I'm going to add just a couple of little extras from the puffy sticker sheet. I didn't want to add butterflies. I didn't want to kind of like mix in a different animal, so I've added just a few little flowers. There was kind of a beigey color, and a sort of red, so I've just put them where they go. They're not exactly tone on tone, but it's as close as it gets. So the other two cards, just going to keep it pretty simple. I had a chipboard frame to add onto one of these, but it's just a little bit big, to be honest, so I didn't add it in the end. I thought I don't want to squish it into the pocket, so I'm just going to add the photo. There's kind of a tag on this card. I thought that was enough embellishing, but there was the perfect spot on my photo to add this Living the Sweet Life stamp. I stamped it in white again so as not to kind of take up too much visual space. Like, the layout's already getting kind of busy for my liking, and it is quite heavy with that giant black photo enlargement. It's not necessarily the photo I would have hoped for, but it is what it is. I used my white ink, and it's just not that white anymore, so I had to double stamp it. I didn't do a super terrific job, but it is what it is. Now there's only one sheet of alphas in here. I decided not to use the E's this week, so I just used a WK on the banner, and then I'm using my larger number dies from scrapbook.com just to die cut the number 16 out of some white cardstock. Again, like, I've got a pretty busy background, so I'm trying to kind of like just balance that out. So I'm going to add my white numbers, and I decided to I had to peel up that banner just so I could kind of pop it underneath it, just so it looks like it's sort of attached, rather than two kind of floaty pieces on this card. So it's not exactly what you'd call a cluster, but at least the two pieces are kind of related now. So I've really only got to do my journaling. It didn't need a whole lot of journaling on here. It's pretty self-explanatory kind of week. Willow's stories will get told in Willow's little 6x8 album, so I didn't need to add too much on here, but I've got this weird kind of gap at the bottom, so I decided just to use some of the like stickers and label stickers in here just to fill it out a little bit. I didn't want the words April on there because it's not really got anything to do with the page. So I covered that up with one of the larger kind of red labels, and then added a smaller piece that says loving this. I just trimmed the bottom of that label off, and then added another one of those puffy stickers just to kind of pull in the floral theme again. What I did decide to do was to go back to the same sort of idea that I had for Pearl's layout, which was to stamp this big hello on the bottom of the photo. Got like the perfect place to do it, so I'm going to use the white ink again and cross my fingers, and it actually stamped really well this time, so I don't need to double stamp it. But because I've stamped that there, it kind of looks, the balance, it threw the whole balance of the page off. So what I decided to do was kind of shuffle the enlargement a little bit and just move some of those other cards around, and eventually I get it all balanced out again, and that's this week all done. I apologize for the break last week, but as you can hear, there was no way I was going to be able to voice over this video. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, I'm going to leave a couple of videos on screen, otherwise I'll see you again really soon. Bye!